Hello, this is Brand Slow, my Healer to Roll 9 here on YouTube. I ran, of course, a story today, and Universe was saying for me to do a reading on this young lady who murdered her 8-year-old son while he was asleep or whatever inside her car. So let's just see, and she drove around with his body in the car. So it says that she is... Let me just say it right. Okay, she's from Missouri, but she was arrested in Miami. Okay, so I don't really know why she killed her son, but we're going to do a story now reading. Okay, so it says that her name is Shaneka Mckinzie, 36, and her son was 8 years old. Jaisyn, if I'm saying it right, Burgos. So I'm going to stick with Mckinzie. Miss Mckinzie. Mckinzie. Shaneka. Okay. So she was facing, see, this article is from 2023. So during that time period, she is facing first-degree murder charges. Okay, so let's just see what God bring out. Universe, why did Miss Mckinzie decide to kill her son? What was wrong? What was going on with her? What would make her want to take her child away? Okay. Okay, I am the Bread Slow One Healer to Roll 9 here on YouTube. You don't have to take nothing as fact that you hear in the storyline reading. I just believe whatever God put out, okay? Okay, I hear something is it non-void? Something is non-void? Or was she looking at her son as non-void? I just see a non-void. Let's just see. Okay, let's just see. One more. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's just see. So we got this card sticking out. She guilty as charged, and it was going to be on letterhead, and that's so true, because she used her muscle to control and to dominate her son, to keep him down, and what she did was strangle him in whatever way. Okay. She might have felt like she was the lone wolf. Let's just see. In the situation, I don't know. Let's just see. What you know about it? For Miss Mckinzie, right? Why did you do this to your son? Why did you do this to your son, Miss Mckinzie? Okay, so she is going to see it in a moment and jump for joy, because she had 2 chances to be a star. So her having 2 chances to be a star, maybe 2 chances, 2 times she attempted to kill her son. She thought about it, or she tried, or some kind of way she wanted to be able to be a star. So she was doing good in her life one time, and she wanted another chance, or whatever this is, because something was premeditated with this next card, premeditated. She needs to be a realist, because something was premeditated. Well, somebody need to be a realist, if not her. Well, she was a realist. Something was premeditated. Okay. So we have, I'm scared, but she could call somebody, God says. Right? She could call somebody if she was scared because something's premeditated. Okay, as far as, okay, the next one is letting go is very hard. The loss of a loved one. So either she lost a loved one or, yeah, some kind of way. We got scared again, so we got 2 scared cards for her. She was going to be scared of nothing. It's obvious. So we have right here that she had a chance at love, and she's going to step into her queenship. So she didn't notice that somebody didn't notice that she was of a different caliber. Maybe somebody who would be capable of this or whatever. I don't know. What's this one? So her son in the spirit, or her son is in the spirit. Or somebody else she know. Because we got the loss of a loved one. But we know her son is in the spirit because she murdered him. She wasn't going to hold herself hostage to the death of her son. Or to somebody else if somebody else died that she cared about. She decided and she chose to stick a fork in her son. That means murder her son, for those who don't know, okay? So we have that she had some kind of addiction or something was going on with her son. I don't know if he had a disability or she just had some kind of addiction. Whatever it was soul breaking. Whatever kind of addiction she had. Right? Whatever. It don't have to be drugs. It could be whatever. She had to find out why she stuck with that though. She had deep feelings inside, dealing with something judicious. Okay, so we have right here that somebody is not all there, and it was her, Miss Mckinzie. She is resistant, right? Because it was hard for, she didn't show in her actions that she cared for her son. Because she did something insane right here. She owed an insane apology. Right now is the time to her son. Because he in the spirit. So we have right here that competition in business is cruddy. So I don't know if it was hard getting a job or what for her. Okay, I'm wrong here. I have skills. You can't buy me. So it still could be a job. She might have been dealing with a job problem. I don't know. That's just flow. Okay, can we do it now? It was going to cost her to do something now. Or somebody might have asked her as far as a job. Could she do a job? Or she might have felt she was ruined there as far as having her son and she couldn't get work because she needed a babysitter. I have skills I'm on here. So it could be she was, she felt she had skills and she was ruined there because her son was stopping her from being able to have work maybe or whatever this is because somebody might have asked her, can we do it now? But God said it was going to cost her. Well, she decided that she was going to do it now and do something to her son. So somebody wanted her to think about something, maybe a job. And whoever it is felt like they heard it before out of her. Because maybe she needed babysitting and things like that to have a job, maybe, I don't know. Somebody was looking at the positives, or she is looking at the positives in her son, because her son had a checkered past, depending on what her son was like, or she is looking at the positives as far as somebody who had a checkered past, or a job was looking at the positives as far as her, because she had a checkered past, maybe not showing up because of daycare or whatever. Okay, thoughts were spinning in her mind. Where she was anxious, or in her son's mind. Let's see. She is in her feelings. And she is going to go get her feelings. Because it's obvious something come from way back with her. Okay. Okay, so she might have been eating with her son. Where she might have told her son, try me if you dare. right? A threat. Okay, this is a change of address card where you don't know which way you're going, if you're going to that destination or that one. So she was moving around in the car, so not knowing which address she is going to go to, right? But God said she need to deal with just what was on her plate and throw away the scraps. Because some kind of way somebody was following her from a distance. Or she had her son in a car with her, and that would be considered her son following her because she murdered her son and still had her son in a car. Or somebody else was following her. So we got somebody who was a leader, and that might have been the one who was following her, who she wanted to supersize with. Or the person is a drug dealer that she wanted to change. But God said she needed to be the best queen she could be because the person wanted playtime, and that is to talk business or romance. She wanted tenderness and sensitivity from whoever this is. She is choosy about going to another state because maybe the person wanted her to go to another state for another job or whatever this is. Okay, with some sharp words from this person. Or somebody switched up with sharp words, or she might have did that with her son. Okay, so let's just okay, let's see. So we have race is always going to be here. Somebody need to get a grip. So she might have been dealing with somebody another race who was a little racist, or just dealing with a person her own race that was talking down to her. She had to take her power back from whoever this is because she had to get away from somebody who was an idiot. So she's going to pray about it and wrap it up every time with whoever this is, romantically or a job. Because whoever this is was an enabler for her to have financial gain, or she was to the person. She felt she did well, or he felt she did well. 103. Okay. She needs to deal with what was on her plate, God says, and throw away the scraps. Right? She might have had a designer rug or some kind of straight rug or whatever kind of rug, or some place she worked at or anything like that, or a place she went. Okay. So she had a history with this person here. Well, she had a history with her son, but she made her son walk into his destiny. So it was time shared. And she roped herself off from some man that she had a history with, maybe, who might wanted to marry her, or was telling her about a job she could have, maybe, or anything like that. Well, we have that she made her son walk into his destiny, and she got a history with her son, but she got roped off from her son because she murdered her son. So that's roping off from time shared. So we have right here, she see it now, that this person she was hooked on to had backward ways of thinking, and that is racist. Some job she was hooking herself on, or somebody wanted her to go out of town to, or whatever this is, or just didn't want to change up whoever this person is. Okay, so we have, she is being jerked around by a job or an old partner. Somebody who had somebody, had a wife or had somebody, but she is being jerked around. Okay? Or she had a job and she is being jerked around by that job she had, and she is going to reach out to get a new one, or whatever this is. Okay, she is dealing with somebody who was starving for power, but she had to make sure this person was an adult and don't just look like one that could fool her. Or she was just starving for power herself, but she had to make sure that she was an adult and don't just look like one because it could fool somebody else, right? She wanted to plant a seed of playful energy. Freeness, playful. Let's just see. So she was seeing her potential, that she had lots of life to live. Okay. Next one is number 11. What happened in November, February. So she got isolated for a coping mechanism. Right. So we have this man was gathering up everything about her, information or whatever, and treating her like trash. Well, she was gathering up information as far as her son, and she treated her son like trash. Because she decided to kill her son. So when you decide to kill somebody, you treat them like trash. They're useless to you, right? She's going to spell it out and expect nothing less than the best to whoever this man is, this new boss or some person that she is hooked on to. Okay, so she is living a plantation way of living. She wasn't having enough of what she needed. Love, money, shelter, food, or clothing. Okay? So we have number 31. Somebody could have been 31. Okay. She had to ask herself, why did she stay? Dealing with whoever this person is with a job or hooked to somebody. She is forcing herself to cope with the pain. Or she is talking to herself saying that she was not going to stay. And she didn't want to deal with the pain no more as far as being a mother. Or dealing with whoever this job is or this man is she was hooked to, some man. Work or whatever this is. So she's going to go for a job out of town. So we have that she has been on the edge about things or somebody with her. Somebody treated her like trash. She treated her son like trash. Somebody treated her like trash. She was on the edge about things, fussing, or whatever this is, find somebody, whoever this person is. Okay. Whoever this man is was going to buy her something. They don't have to be perfume, but buy her something. Whatever it might be. Something that was chintzy. Cheap. Okay, let's see. So we have, he fought me. So whoever this is fought her in financial, physical, mentally, verbally, emotionally, or however, whoever this man is, right? So the next one is she needed a recovery for a brighter future, to live the best life by getting healed. So she is hooked to somebody at one point, whoever it was who had somebody else. Okay, is this it for her? She wanted to be a star. She was seeing her potential when she had lots of life to live. So it was premeditated. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, let me see something. Bear with me. Wait, it's premeditated. Let's see. Let me just see. So far it seemed like she was, I'm going to move these and let me see if I can get something from her son out to her. Because she in jail, so we don't need any jail cards because she in jail. So she was hooked to a man, or she wanted a job, or she's seeing her potential for the job, or she's hooked to a man in general who had somebody else, and he is jerking her around. before she wanted a job, is out of town or whatever, and this in her potential, and maybe she didn't want to, she can't, man heard it before, she might have gave excuses before about she didn't have a babysitter or whatever. And it was premeditated, I guess, to get rid of her son so she can be able to have this job, or even have this man. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, wait, the sneeze get ready to come out. Let me see if I can. Okay, I thought the sneeze was going to come. Let's just see, bear with me. Okay, let's see. Universe, give me a storyline for Miss, I don't want to say his name wrong. What was his little name? For Miss, let me see what his name is. I want a storyline from the baby. He's a baby to his mother, because he didn't see this coming. You took his life away, his sweet little life, where he wasn't able to have kids, go to college, go to high school, have a girlfriend, have his first summer job, go on some trips, go to a swimming lesson, football lesson. You took all that away for your own selfish reasons. So let's just see. Let me just see if I see his name. Okay, let's see. Let's just see. What is his name? Bear with me. I'm trying to actually see his name. I see his mother's name. Let me press on something. Maybe I can see his name. Besides the 8-year-old, he has a name. So what is his name? Bear with me. What is his name? 8-year-old boy. No, he has a name. What is his name? Okay. Is it Jaisyn? Oh, Jaisyn. I don't like saying names wrong. Oh my, I'm gonna have to call him Jay because I'm gonna ruin his name trying to say that. Jaisyn. I never saw Jaisyn spelled like that. If I say Jaisyn. I'm gonna call him Jay. But I don't want to say his name wrong because it sounds like it could be Jaisyn, but I don't know if that's how his name goes. I'm gonna call him Jay because he do have a J at the beginning of his name. So I'm gonna stick with Jay. You know who I'm talking about, mother. Okay. So universe, give me something short for Jaisyn, if that's what his name is, or Jay. You know the little boy I'm talking about, the 8-year-old who was strangled by his mother. That's what it says. She strangled him. That's what the internet says, right? So I don't know. Give me a storyline, something he want to say out to his mother, because she did this to him and took everything away from him. He didn't deserve it. Okay. He forgive me. Give me something to, I was saying out to his mother. Give me something he's saying out to his mother. Saying something out to his mama. Okay, I saw the car. It was a bad car. Yep, to get a bad car. You had him in a bad car. He was in a bad car. It was dangerous, but he didn't know it. He went back to his soul. You took him back to his soul, and you felt well done. He wished he could have a united front with you. He wished you were strong. A strong person. Okay, let's see. Okay, Jay, to your mother. On a Thursday, Sunday, or whatever day. Your mother Might have been crying. Or maybe you was. Okay? You was deceived by your mother, somebody of service. Your mother, your parents are people of service. They supposed to protect you, but what she did, but murder you. You was deceived by somebody of service, and that would be your mother. Okay? You hooked yourself on and ran from your problems. So you hook yourself on to your mama because she your mama. That means if she said get in the car, you got in. So you felt it wasn't no problem because she your mama. She's supposed to know everything and protect you. So it was easy for you to leave things to her that she is going to protect you. It made it where you couldn't think about it. But some kind of way you might have been trying to escape. You might have woke up some kind of way with her having her hands around your neck if that's what she actually done, whatever she did. Let's just see. She is knowledgeable. She was trying to put her name on some job, on a new job or whatever. Here is Jay. I'm going to call him Jay if his name is not Jaisyn. Mention me, Jaisyn, if that's his name, or Jay. Tell her now, my mama. Okay? Do I shuffle or don't shuffle? Don't shuffle. This is to his mommy. If you are not happy with things, you needed to do things the right way, mommy. I'm talking for him for a minute. Because you have burdens, okay? Daily life make people think, rethink, and think of things that they have forgotten and they need to change and seek. Because you measured and tested, and it was awful what you did to me. I'm talking for your son, okay? Number 2. So that means it was 2 of you in a car. And that bad car, that number 1 car up there, that's the bad car. Okay, so we have right here that you know you did it. You need to face it. Be accountable for what you did to me. I'm talking for your son, okay? Next one is you trying to insult his intelligence by getting him in a car and knew you was going to do something bad to him. We got number 12, number 21, so you didn't even let him get up to the age 12. We got number 3, something could have happened when he was 3. I don't know. Something could have happened in 2021. I don't know with that. So let's just flow. Okay. May I have a word with you? So some kind of way. You might needed to talk to a social worker or something like that about him, or a teacher or somebody about him, because this is a business lady. Or social worker might have came to the house, or some kind of business lady. Okay, let's see, business lady here. Let's just say shuffle. Oh, shucks. Okay. Next card. It was challenging. That's why we can't make it. So it was challenging. That's why you and your son couldn't make it, because some kind of way you need to talk to a lady about your own problems, or if you had a problem with him. So the next one is you wanted to go get to the melting pot. So you told him to get in the car and y'all was riding somewhere, but he was thinking it was good, but it wasn't. Because in the back of his mind, he was thinking about God. Okay? My stomach growling, I'm so sorry. You wanted to revamp and do things all night, so some kind of way you was thinking all night maybe about the plans you had to get rid of him maybe. Or you was riding all night with his body in your car, whatever you was doing, I don't know. That's it. So we have right here that he wanted to be fruitful along with his mommy. and grow with his mommy and just grow up and be able to grow into a young man and be able to have a family, be fruitful. Both of you are both of y'all are part of the same fruit. He wouldn't expect this out of you. He was being brave in it. But he's saying, I will love you forever, mommy. So you were single, if not biracial. I don't know if you come from the islands or anything like that, or you just black or whatever this is, right? Okay, let's go. So we have this one, number 7. 7, so something could be 7. Whatever the 7 is, July the 7th or whatever, I don't know. Okay. Something could have happened when he was 7 because he was 8 years old. So, you wanted to make a pocket full at work. So your focus was trying to get to the Milky Way and making money. You got number 1. So 7 and 1 makes 8. So he's 8 years old. Okay, we got this one. You was ready. You was ready for God love. So I'm going to take it to your son because your son is in the spirit. I want real love now, mommy, because he's in the spirit right now. Because you couldn't give him real love when he was walking beside you. Here's your son. Can you love me right, mommy? Because I want real God love now because he's in the spirit. Because you couldn't love him when he is alive. Follow me? Okay, let's go. You wanted to just be responsible for yourself. You didn't want to deal with no more lack. So he was considered lack, a loss. You didn't want to deal with that, right? You wanted to just be responsible for yourself. So, yeah. So I don't know if you're air sign, Aquarius, or if you won. He your son though. So I don't know if you're an Aquarius, an air sign, or he won. But some kind of way, if neither one of you are, you act like an Aquarius in some kind of way, or he did, or like an air sign some kind of way. And this card is when you're proud of somebody, but you wasn't proud of him because you murdered him, okay? So we have, you spent the tables around on your son. So I'm going to talk for your son. You spent the tables around on me, mommy, and it caused repercussions. You wanted to just be responsible for yourself. You wanted no more lack. You didn't want to be responsible for him. He's saying he'll love you forever even though you did what you did. That was awful. Because he said, tell her now, tell my mommy. Because if you needed some help, you need to go get some help from some lady, whoever that lady is, counselor, social services, or whoever you needed help from. Because here's the bad card, the one you had him in, the one you killed him in, or whatever you did. Number 1 card, you sent him back to a soul. This is from your son to you. And you hear me saying some things, right? But the majority of the cards is from your son to you. But he's saying he still loves you. Now look how strong his love is. You murdered him and he still loves you. You tell me. You tell me what love is if that's not love. It's coming out in the storyline. The child saying he loves you even though you murdered him. I love you forever. That's what the card says. And he talking out to his mother. Be bold and brave in it. Because you was going to be bold and brave in it. You couldn't tell him you'll love him forever because you don't kill what you love. I keep telling people that. You wanted to just be responsible for yourself. You needed to go to some kind of agency and tell somebody you couldn't afford your child, or say something. Go to some grandparents, go to somebody. Go to somebody for help. Because there's no reason for you to have did this to your son. Because it seemed like you wanted to think about yourself. And that's not acceptable. Now, you in jail. And you can think about yourself all you want while you're in there. But the thing is, you're not going to have total peace in there. Because you're going to have to be dealing with all kinds of personalities. When you could have just stayed out here and cared for your child like you should. Being a mother. You don't get to just get rid of your children because you decide to. I don't see where you actually have no mental illness, but it do say that you need to talk to somebody in an agency or somebody, because if you was lacking as far as money or whatever it was, whatever it might have been, you needed to talk to somebody. They're not acceptable. But like I say, your son love you in the spirit. You need to just open your mouth though. If you don't want to say it in front of people, wait till you go in the bathroom alone while you're in jail. Go in the bathroom in your private space or how it might be, or say it in your mind where nobody hear you. And say out to your son, I shouldn't have did what I did to you. I was wrong what I did to you. Don't say you sorry, because saying you sorry is a blatant lie. Because the phrase I'm sorry is a blatant lie, because people mean to do what they do. That's why they do it. They meant to. You telling the person, oh, just lie to me. No, you don't want the person to lie to you. You want them to tell you the truth. So the truth is, you say out to your son or in your mind, however you want to do it in that jailhouse, I shouldn't have did what I did to you. I was wrong. That's what you say to your son. Period. Because he's still waiting. Saying you sorry is a lie because you meant to do it. Get my drift. I be trying to explain to people, don't sit and say you sorry. You meant to do it. You're not sorry because you know what you was doing and you meant to do it. So don't lie to yourself. Just say that you shouldn't have did it and you was wrong. I shouldn't have took your whole life away from you because I wanted to go explore. Or I felt like I ain't have enough money or whatever. I shouldn't have did that to you. That's what you should be saying to your son. Yeah, I was wrong. If you could change it, you would. But that's only if you feel like that, though. If you don't feel like that, you can't say that to your son. Because I feel like you meant to do it, so you can't even mumble the words if you could change it, because you meant to do it. You went drastically. You went a drastic step. You ain't take your child to adoption nowhere. You ain't do that. What you did was you killed your child. So no, that's not acceptable by God. You won't have to say to your son that you shouldn't have did it and you was wrong. And your son is still waiting. Your son is in the spirit, Miss Mckinzie. I just did one for you and for your son. Your son still loves you even though you did this to your son. Now, your son showing you an example of real love. That's real love. Somebody still care about you when you don't treat them like trash and they still love you. That's real love, because really, real love don't go away. Being in love goes away, but not actual loving somebody don't go away, because either you love somebody or you don't love. That don't go away, because you want the best for somebody you love. And your child want the best for you, even though you took him away from here. Because in this storyline, your child's saying, I love you. Be bold and brave in it. But you need to open your mouth or say it inside your mind. You was wrong. You shouldn't have did what you did. And ask your son in your mind, if you got to talk in your mind, and say, can he ever forgive you? It's the Breast Love One Hill to Roll 9 here on YouTube.